Everyone wants to know what AI tools to use. And honestly, I get it. There's a new one every 5 minutes. Your feed is full. Oh my God, this tool changed my life content. And you're sitting there like, cool. But oh my God, I'm overwhelmed and I don't know which ones actually matter for my business. So today I'm doing something a little bit different and I'm going to walk you through the AI tools I actually use, like daily in my business for real, the ones that I would notice if they disappeared tomorrow. And I'm also going to tell you about the ones that I've ditched, the ones that I've tried and paid for and quietly just walked away from, not necessarily because they're bad, but they just didn't fit for my business use cases. And here's my hot takes. All right, let's get into it. So the daily ones, these are the non-negotiables, the tools that I open every single day. So ChatGPT and Claude, I flip between the both. It's a bit chaotic, but honestly, they just serve different purposes for me. So I really do love Claude's writing style, and hands down, if you're doing any coding, it is like 100% better than ChatGPT. So with writing, I just find it gets tone and like the language nuances better. When I'm building something technical, it's just so much easier to work with and I trust their output. When I say technical, remember, I don't have a technical background. I do use AI to help me kind of code stuff in NAN. And even in Lovable, I have used it as well. ChatGPT, I still use heaps, especially for like brainstorming, thinking through problems, some content planning. And then I do go back to it for writing as well. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, this is really dialed in. So I kind of treat them like team members. So I'll open one up and just kind of think out loud. What do I need to do today? What's the priority here? So if you're wondering which one to pick, honestly, I reckon you could get both and you could be happy, or you could pick one and you could be happy. What I mean by that is if you have budget just for one, pick one. It's going to do most of what you need, if not all. So you would set custom GPTs or projects in ChatGPT or projects and skills in Claude. How you would kind of create these team members. They have a really solid system prompt and know the job that they're going to do and do it really well. And they're not going anywhere. NAN is my automation brain. So I started on make.com, but I've fully switched to NAN now. The biggest reason is debugging. Automation is 80% problem solving. Something breaks or it doesn't work, it doesn't connect, and you need to figure out why. And Make, I just found was hard to troubleshoot. I would think something was possible and then, it would just be throwing an error. And because of the way that it is set up, I found it really restrictive. NAN, I just find so much easier. I love how the canvas is laid out. I can actually see what's happening. And the best bit is when it throws an error, it throws it out in JSON, which is how computers kind of communicate with each other. So you can grab that's in a really nice format to pop into Chat or Claude. So I open it every day. So all of my backend automations run through it. I've got automations that will take this podcast transcript, create an email to announce the episode, show notes, a blog post, some carousels, some threads. I also have for my membership, all of the back end. So when we do a co-working Q&A, it grabs that transcript. It automatically posts the replay in the portal with the summary. Content workflows all live in NAN, all of it. I am obsessed with it. Notion and Notion AI. I am not a Notion Power user by any stretch, but I do use it for all of my dashboards and it plays really nicely with NAN. And Notion AI has been super helpful for that. So it has allowed me to build some really good dashboards without being a power user. I like that you can just kind of describe what you want and work through it with Notion AI and it can update things for you. And then so it also talks really nicely to Slack, which is where members kind of communicate, and all of my replays for my AI Dream Team workshop are on there too. So it's not fancy, but it works for me and all of my business essentially lives in Notion. So Fathom, love Fathom. So note taker on calls. I also love this because it grabs all of my transcripts for me and then I can do stuff in NAN. Yeah. And also just not having to scribble notes while I'm trying to be present with a client. It just captures everything. I can go back to that later. I can auto generate proposals and I can just be really present on the call with clients. I love that. Gamma, all of my presentation and workshop slides are done in Gamma. I just love it. It's so fast. So I might have a conversation with chat, be like planning out this workshop. I will like bring the ideas and then be like, can you summarize this into some slides for me? And then take that into Gamma. And so I can go from like brain dump to polished deck in 30 minutes, not hours. I like that you can set it up so all of your brand colors, fonts live in there. It creates some really nice AI images as well. Notebook LM. So I'm obsessed with Notebook LM. People are sleeping on this one. So you can use it for infographics, slides, and also if your team is on Google Workspace, you can kind of create these resource hubs where people can actually chat with your documents, like your SOPs, your training materials, whatever. I've created some really nice on-brand case study decks from client testimonials. It won't hallucinate because it's only using the sources that you into that notebook. You can have all of these sources uploaded, and then just, if you just want to use, say in the testimonial example, I just want to use testimonials from my AI workshop, I can untick all of the others. I really like that. And it will say like, oh, I don't know the answer to that. Amazing. Instead of creating something from nothing. Yeah, so that is a really, really cool tool that is worth checking out. Teller TV. So all of my screen recordings are done on Teller. It's simple, it's clean, and it does what I need. Flowtato, I love this tool so much. So this is what I use for scheduling all of my social media. And I've got some pretty insane automations now that keep my content authentic. That's a whole other episode. We will get into that another time. But basically, I will create one good piece of content and it just gets reposted and repurposed. So I just have to show up once and it's doing its thing. Again, that's all built in NAN as well. All right, so moving on. That's kind of like, I guess, my MVPs for my business. These are the tools I've tried and either ditch completely or just don't reach for it on a kind of daily basis. So Make.com, as I said, I started in Make. It's not a bad tool, but when things broke, I just found it really hard to figure out what was going on, and NAN just makes more sense for my brain. So I've just switched and I haven't looked back. Opus Clip. So everyone was raving about this for like cutting long form videos into shorts. I tried it, didn't love it. Maybe it's improved since, but yeah, it didn't really click for me. Gemini. So this is like Google's large language model. I could take it or leave it. It's actually a really amazing model. It's just like a habit that I'm in Chat and Claude all the time. I do actually pay for it, but it honestly has a solid free plan, so you don't need to. And it is like incredible. That's why ChatGPT 5.2 has just come out, because they're like, oh, Google Gemini Pro is performing so well. And so they were like, we need to push this release. So the main reason I keep across it is because I live in the Google Workspace and also because it's my job. So as an AI consultant and educator, I need to know what's out there so I can help clients navigate it. But if I wasn't doing this work, I probably wouldn't be paying for, Chat, Claude, Gemini. It's good to be aware of these, but they're not essential for most people. Pick one, honestly. Lovable. This one's not a ditch. It's more a take it or leave it. It's great. I love it for making interactive lead magnets and they perform really well. I just haven't found heaps of ongoing use cases for it. So those lead magnets, obviously I can like post about it or they're up on my website and they're doing their thing. In terms of other kind of uses for it, I haven't really spent the time making anything else other than lead magnets. That said, if you are thinking of building your own app or something more complex, Lovable or Base 44 are awesome. Super friendly, super beginner friendly now, especially with like Lovable Cloud, which makes that kind of backend database connection really easy. People are doing incredible things with these. It's just not a daily tool for me. I'm not opening it up daily. All right. So what I will say in all of this is a lot of these AI tools are startups. They're VC funded. They are burning cash. Some of them won't exist in a year or 2 or 5. My advice, don't build your whole business on a tool that might disappear. Get really comfy with Chat, GPT or Claude. They are backed by the big players, or Gemini if that's your vibe. They're not really going to go anywhere. They're just going to keep evolving and getting better. Same with NAN. It's open source. It's got a really strong community and it is built to last. Everything else, I would say, just be aware of it. Like, play with it if it solves a real problem. But if you don't feel like you need to adopt every new thing that launches. You can have an awareness of something and be like, I'm just going to keep an eye on that if I have time, or if it solves a very specific problem in my business, then yes. Aside from that, like, it is all just noise at the moment. You don't have to use everything. That's allowed. You don't need to feel overwhelmed either. I keep across a lot of these tools because that's what I do as an AI consultant and educator. It's literally my job to know what's out there, but even I don't use most of them. And if I wasn't doing this, then my stack would be even smaller. If I had to summarize my actual daily AI stack in one sentence, it would be this. So ChatGPT and Claude for like that thinking, strategizing, N8N for automating, Notion for organizing, and Fathom for remembering. That's it. That's the core. Everything else is a nice to have, but those four, non-negotiable in my business. All right, let's do a bit of a confession time for the AI confession booth. So I definitely mass subscribe to AI tools on free trial. I will lose track and then it'll be like, you've just been charged for this tool. Love that. ADHD tax. I'll be like, sweet, I'll check this tool out. It's got a free trial, and then always fucking forget to cancel it before I get charged. So if you have any free subscriptions that are coming up, this is my reminder to you. I do try and put reminders in my calendar. Do I do it? Sometimes. Am I confessing to this publicly to hold myself accountable? Yes. Yes, I am. All right. So you're not another to-do list for this week. I want you to do a quick tool audit. This is the perfect time. We're coming up to the end of the year. It doesn't have to be a deep clean of your tools or big changes, just like a glance. What AI tools are you actually using every day? What's collecting dust? Is there anything you're paying for that you have forgotten existed? I'm going to say you don't need more tools. You need the right ones working properly for you. So in my AI Dream Team workshop, what a lot of people will find is they're like, oh, I'm using ChatGPT. I use it every day. And then we go so deep. They're like, oh my God, I had no idea that I could do any of this. So rather than adding extra tools, just get really, really good at the ones that you're using. That's it. Go see what you're using. Is there anything that you're like, actually, it's probably time to let this go? If you found this helpful, I would love for you to send this to a founder friend who's maybe like, I need to get across AI tools. Let them listen to this and be like, okay, maybe I just need to go deeper in the ones that I've already got. I will see you next time.